All right, welcome on back, everyone, to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. Today, we're going to take a look at Ridgewood-Glen Rock 359 out of New Jersey. This council was originally formed in 1922 as a name change from Ridgewood 359 and lasted up until 1997 when it was absorbed by Bergen 350. All right, heading on over to the patch table. Here we have the first issue S1 with its dark green border, blue sky, yellow fleur-de-lis, black BSA, and established 1915 also in black. There is no white noticeably in the train. We will see that in subsequent issues. Most of the releases from this council all use the same imagery but have some difference in the borders. So we'll look at what the no white in the train means when we compare it to the next issue. Both the first issue S1, which you see here on the table, as well as the second issue S2 are listed as errors. Obviously, the no white in the train is part of the error, but I'm guessing since both the S1 and S2 are green borders, that they really didn't want green borders. I'm not entirely sure. Taking a look at the back, this is a cloth back for the S1. If you know more about why the first two issues, both S1 and S2, are listed as errors, by all means let us know. Here you can see the white has now been added. So we have the white on the train, also the white on the building. So I do think that that was more of what was intended. However, this S2 is also listed as an error. Now, in the older collecting guides, both of these were just listed as green border, and that is what's underlined, so I'm guessing that's what's indicated as the error, is the green border was not intended. But in the most recent collecting guide, they do specify that the S1 is a dark green border and the S2 is a light green border, and they are noticeably different when looking at them in person, and you can see it comes through pretty well on the camera. It is dark green on the S1 first issue, and it is lighter green on the S2. Obviously, the white on the train, also a key for identifying the S2. Also a cloth back here. So there you have the first two issues. We actually have several of Ridgewood-Glen Rock's CSPs, and they do follow the same imagery, so we thought we'd show them to you on the episode as well. The next one is the S3, and I'm guessing it's what they actually intended the border to be, because it's the first one that's not listed as an error. The S3 is the light yellow border with the light blue sky, light yellow fleur-de-lis, black BSA, red name, uh, black established 1915. Again, outside of the first one, S1, you're going to find all of them that have the white on the train, also have the white on the building over here, and also just a cloth back here for the S3. Then we get into the S4. The S4 had several variants. In the older collecting guides, those variants were A, B, and C. In the newer collecting guides, they've consolidated that to A and B based on the background. So if it's a vertical background like both of these, those would now be considered S4As, and the horizontally stitched background is going to be the S4B. We actually have the two different versions of vertical backgrounds, and previously those would have been called S4A, S4B, and the horizontal would be an S4C. The difference in these is generally just going to be the size. So the A is slightly smaller at 50 by 134, and the B is 54 by 133. You can see it is going to be larger. So this is the S4A, slightly smaller, plastic backed. Here's the S4B with a cloth back. So there is one more that exists with a red border that has a horizontal background. That would be in the new guides and S4B, in the old guides and S4C, and only one other patch that they really produced during their time that they existed, and that's the next one, S5, and it has a silver mylar border. That was a slightly more limited run, so we don't happen to have that in our collection just yet. But if it's one that we add down the road, we'll certainly bring it to you in a Sunday special update. But there you have it. Again, most of these all following the same general picture, but the first issue is the dark green without the white on the train. So we have the S1 first issue and the S2 as well. Both of those being green border apparently was a mistake. So they are listed as errors in the collecting guide. Whether you have the first issues for Ridgewood-Glen Rock 359 out of New Jersey. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of First CSP. If so, feel free to give it a like. And again, if you know someone from New Jersey, share the video with them. I'm sure they'd like to see some of the history from councils in that area. We'll be back again tomorrow with another brand new episode of First CSP. We hope to have you back for that. Until then, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.